Hello and welcome back to today's new video. I'm so excited to be doing this video today because we're going to be taking a look at the aquascape tank, the contest tank, and I can't wait to show you guys because the last few videos I made of that tank were months back. Things have changed. The tank is looking very different now. Let's go and take a look. So if we go into this room, you will see things have changed a little bit. It's very messy in here. This is where I edit my videos, and I also am storing a bunch of stuff right now because we're working on the fish room in the garage and I've been moving stuff around. So this is basically temporary, a temporary holding room for all my stuff. And if we take a look over here, this is my aquascaped aquarium that I entered in the IAPLC 2021 contest and ranked 59 in that competition. So I'm very happy with that result, and this is how the tank looks right now. Some things have changed, some things I like, some things I don't like. Let's go into more detail of this tank. So first of all, we're running the 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝗀𝘀𝘀 Vivid RGB light, 𝗲₋ Aquatic Studios, as you can kind of see right there. It's kind of hard to get that in focus, but these lights have been working amazing and I really love them. I've adjusted them a few times. First I was running them on 100% intensity, but then I got a few algae problems, so I lowered it down to 80% and it's been working so nicely. And then we've got the stand, the light stand from Specialized Aquatic Solutions. If you're in Singapore, you can get this. This is really awesome, and what's cool is that you can hide the cables. So these cables of the 𝗲₋ Vivid RGB 2s, you see I put them in this little gap and they have covers for this. So you can see this hole right here. You can kind of stick your finger through, and over here where the wire is, they have these plastic covers so you can hide your wires. And as we go down, the wire comes out from here and into the cabinet where it plugs into an extension cord. We've also got the back screen. This is the Town Bright Aquatics back screen. If you want one of those, you can get a 10% discount. They ship worldwide, although shipping can be quite expensive depending on where you are. But I'd say it's a very, very nice light screen. It will make your tank pop, just stand out so much more. And if you're in Singapore, that's a Singapore company, so if you're in Singapore, I think you can get that pretty cheaply. And well, it's not cheap quality. The price you can get pretty reasonable, and it looks awesome. Here's the tank. Right now I'm running a heater in here because it's autumn here in Japan. It's getting cooler, so I just wanted to add a heater in this tank. I'm not running the air conditioner 24/7 in this room, so that's why I need the heater. And I've also got some angelfish. These are the fish that really require that higher temperature. And these angelfish I'll talk more about in the future. Currently I've got 5 of them in this tank, and I've got a couple more in another tank. But these angelfish I got from one of my friends in Tokyo, Japan, Aquafield Asakusa. They're a beautiful fish store selling exotic fish, also some nice plants. And I will do another tour of that place coming soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But just take a look at how good this tank is looking right now. I'm super happy with this outcome, but a few things have changed too. You can see the Glossostigma carpet. I really like the way it looks right now, mixed in with all the Tenellus and some of the moss. Some of this weeping moss has got stuck in the Glossostigma carpet, but I really, really like that. Some people may not like it when the carpet gets all messy and mixed together with different plants, but I think it just looks so much more natural. And in my contest photo, if you take a look at that, you'll see that it's not really that mixed up. It's quite clean. It's a Glossostigma carpet with some Tenellus just coming out of the driftwood, but I feel that this, having it all mixed together, just looks so good. And look at the Tenellus turning a red color. So beautiful. I'm really, really liking the way this tank has turned out. You can see the plants back there. The green plant, that is Laganandra Meboldi green, and that plant just looks amazing. You can see it grows quite tall. It's a mid-ground plant similar to cryptocorin, except that Ligonandra doesn't spread runners like crazy. This right here is the same plant, Ligonandra, but it's mebaldi red. So it's the red color variety. And if you look at my contest photo, you can see that this thing was really pink. Really bright reddish pink in color. But then after I took that contest photo, I kind of neglected this tank. I let all the plants like grow out, and I just quit maintaining the tank. And the tank looked horrible. There wasn't any light going down to the bottom anymore, so the Glossostigma was also growing to like this height. And I just left the tank for 2 months straight, no water changes, no trimmings, so we got a few problems. Like you can see, this plant now is not as red. It's growing algae on its leaves, but it still looks good, so I can't complain. But another problem we had is all the black-beard algae. You can see on the leaves of this plant, Eriocalon social feather duster. It's a really nice plant, but we got a few algae problems, so that kind of sucks. But it's okay, because very soon I'll be taking this tank down in preparation for next year's contest, and I'll also be moving this tank into the main fish room. I really like it in this room here. You can see we're in this little room, and this is where I edit my videos, as I mentioned, but I'm going to be moving this tank out because I've realized I don't like having tanks in 2 areas because it makes water changes much more difficult. If you have all your tanks located in one spot, it just makes maintenance a whole lot easier. Feeding the fish also becomes easier, and you don't have to move around so much. But you can see, I don't know how many times I'm going to say the same thing, but I'm so happy with the outcome of this tank. You can see it's a triangular composition. That's how I wanted it to look. We've got the driftwood that's quite high up there, and then it comes down lower and lower. And right now the driftwood is covered in a bunch of plants. You can see this moss has grown like crazy. That is weeping moss. And I started with a small patch of weeping moss, and it's grown tremendously. Super happy. I've also added some Anubias. That right there is a slightly different species of Anubias. It's called Anubias 𝗂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝘀. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but yeah, a little bit wrinkly leaves. We've got bulbitis growing in this tank, as well as Microsorm trident, the trident Java fern, and we also have some Hydrophila Polysperma that I just placed in here, and it's slowly growing, so that's kind of cool. And then you can see we've got the Cypress helferi, this long grass-like plant, also covered in a little bit of algae, but not a huge deal. From a distance you can't really tell, so I'm just loving this tank. The fish, all the fish I have in here, ember tetras, red phantom tetras. I've had a few people asking me whether they're 𝗀𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀 tetras, but these in fact are red phantom tetras. And what's cool is that I've had babies in this tank. They've been breeding in this tank, so that's pretty cool. I've seen 𝗀𝘂𝘀𝑃 tetra, sorry, I've seen some of the red phantom tetras babies, as well as the 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀, the royal tetras, these guys with the black stripe. They've also had babies in this tank, which is quite cool. So it just shows, if you make a tank, if you scape a tank, you put lots of plants, make it feel like nature, the fish will spawn, they will breed, and it's like paradise to them. Angelfish lining up there. Really, really beautiful fish. Can't wait for those to grow. What else? So we'll talk about the plants a little bit. This plant right here, Hydrophila Polysperma. It looks beautiful. The more you trim this plant, the more bushy, the more compact it becomes, and it looks incredible. You can see my trimming is not that good. We've got a long piece here, and then the rest are kind of short, so I did kind of a rushed trimming, so kind of my bad. But and then in the back over there we've got Rotella Rotundifolia. That's not looking too healthy. That plant should be an orangish color, but it's kind of green, so I haven't been fertilizing this tank too, so that kind of shows why. And then this red plant here is Rotella Vietnam. Looks similar to Waliki or Walichi, but it's called Rotella Vietnam. Next to that, we've got Rotella Rotundifolia green. And then we've also got Rotella Rotundifolia Ceylon. This is some microsorum trident that I was pulling out the other day and just left it there. As you can just tell how I'm neglecting this tank. What else do we have? We've got more Rotellas. Rotella Nanjenshan, the fine-leaved green plants. Those are Rotella Nanjenshan. And then the reddish plant right here is 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝘀. So yeah, we've got some nice stem plants. The blackbeard algae, it really doesn't look nice, but yeah, not a huge deal. And then down here, that stem plant in the back that doesn't look too healthy is Limnophila Vietnam. And it's a short growing stem plant. It doesn't really grow tall, so that's why I used it on the very edge, so that we can keep that triangular shape going from low here and high all the way back there. And then in front of that Limnophila Vietnam, I've got some Blixa Japonica. And this plant too, after the contest photo shoot, this plant just took off and it looks even better now than it did a few months ago. Because a few months ago you could barely see this plant. It was quite short and it's grown so much taller since that photo, so I'm really loving the way it looks now. And you can see more of the tennellus, the red color. Just a stunning plant, and I plan to use that tennellus for my next aquascape too. Here's another close-up of the angelfish. If you guys know what angelfish this is, comment down below. I know what it is, but just for fun, maybe you can try to guess what it is down below, and I'll have a video of this fish coming out soon again in the future. And we'll be setting up a specific tank for these fish, so make sure to watch out for that. But yeah, this is like one of my favorite angles. And if we sit at my desk right here, my pretty messy desk, this is the view I have right now. Take a look at that. So the cabinet, this cabinet I got from Aqua Review. I asked them to make it so that it looks like the ADA Aqua Design Amano cabinet. I wanted the similar colors. The gunmetal gray is what ADA calls it, and this is, it's not exactly that color, but it's a very similar color, and yeah, it's been working very well. Really solid cabinet, so no complaints there. And if we take a look inside, let me show you what the inside looks like. So kind of a mess right now, but that's no problem. So back there, that's like the heart of the cabinet. We've got the cords for the light, the back screen, the timer. The lights themselves, the two 𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝘀, you don't need a timer for them because those lights, they run on the app, so you can use your phone application to set up the timer, time of day, how many hours you want it to run, and you can also have the sunset and sunrise feature, which is super cool. And this tube right here, really messy right now, but this is the CO2 tubing. And in the future, for my next aquascape, I'm gonna make this look neater, try to attach it on the wall of the cabinet so you can't really see it, but for right now, it works like that, and yeah, no complaints. We've got the ADA Superjet filter. I really love the filter, but the thing is, it was kind of expensive, and I feel like I could have got away with the 𝗯𝘂𝗀𝗀𝘀 canister filter. That's one of my favorite filters. Well, this is basically the same thing except it's higher end. It's made of stainless steel and it's solid. This thing will probably run for life, maybe a few maintenances of a pump, but it's a super solid filter. I can't complain about that, but if you're on a budget, maybe the 𝗯𝘂𝗀𝗀𝘀 is a good choice for you. And I have both filters right now, and they both work really well, both really powerful, so Yeah, but still, if you really want a nice looking filter, you can go for this. The good thing about this filter is that it also comes with media, and it comes with the glass lily pipes, so you don't have to purchase a set of glass lily pipes. So that's another reason why I went with this filter. In here I've just got some of my tools, some towels. What do I have in here? Some like felt mat, sticky stuff. I've got some suction cups. Yeah, just some random tools. Wrenches for my CO2 or whatever. And then in this one, just some random items. Down below, nothing much. This is the thing you get when you buy the ADA tank. Quality guaranteed for 3 years, so that's kind of cool. That's a sticker. I gotta get a place to stick all my stickers because I've collected a number of stickers, and I really want a place to stick them all up. If you guys have any stickers you want to send me, just, I don't know, you can like contact me on Instagram. I'll find a place to stick stickers in the future. Down here I just got a towel. I use white towels to clean the glass. The white towels are for cleaning glass. Other towels, like that pink one you see, is like for cleaning the floor when I do water changes and get the floor all wet. So yes. Oh yeah, and here's the CO2 running. Currently just using what is this? Acrylic diffuser. You can see the bubbles are really, really fine, and they don't go all the way to the top. They spread evenly in the tank, so really happy with this diffuser. Look at those fine bubbles. Super nice. And I keep the CO2 diffuser on the opposite side of the lily pipes. So the pipe pushes water out this way, and then the CO2 goes around the tank. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. What else should we look at? Oh yeah, I've also got some carnal tetras in this tank. In my photo shoot, I only had 2 types of fish. I had the red phantom tetras as well as the royal tetras, but after the photo, I decided to add a bunch of my little fish into this tank, like the embers, the cardinals, and some of my white cloud minnows, because of the projects I was doing in the fish room. I had to move all those fish, so I dumped them in this tank, and they have been doing amazing. And I feel that maybe my photo shoot should have included all these fish, because it just looks more like a community tank, and I think it looks more peaceful this way, with a bunch of different fish shoaling. Yeah, it's super peaceful to watch, and I really, really have been enjoying this tank. Take a look here, the 𝗲𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀 have been really growing nicely over this driftwood. We've also got some cryptocoryns in here. 𝗲𝘀𝗀𝗀𝘀𝗀. And then in the back over there we've got 𝗲𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 green underneath the heater as well. But yeah, some of the plants have also been struggling a little bit because I haven't been dosing fertilizers. There we have 𝗲𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝘀 next to the Lagonandra mebaldi red. You can see that blackbeard algae there. So, but it doesn't really bother me. Just makes the tank look more natural. Let me turn off this light here. Oops. So that we can see this tank better. Probably should have turned it off to begin with, but yeah. Glossostigma looks really nice too. What other plants are there in here that I haven't talked about? I think I've mentioned all of them. Got the weeping moss, bulbitis, Hydrophila, trident Java fern, Cypress helferi, this grass-like plant. If we take a look from above, As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And also, if there's something I missed or something you want to know about this tank, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I can make another video before I completely take this tank down, which will happen next month, I think. So that's gonna be sad. I really like this tank and would love this scape to go on. I think this scape can last a very long time. Because all the plants I chose in here, they're very strong. If you trim them, they'll grow back really fast and strong. So these plants are really nice, and I will miss this scape a lot. And I'll probably do one cinematic video before I take this tank down. So I hope you guys are excited for that. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, so you don't miss all these videos and the fish room build that's coming up. And I'll see you guys next time.